Hi, welcome to podcast. It's episode 5. It should be episode 6, but last week things happened.
Technical difficulties, thematic difficulties, finals week vocal difficulties, and it was finals week, so it was rushed.
Right. So
Point being,
I scrapped the episode.
Who knew OBS could crash so many times?
Who the f*** are you?
I just broke in here and I saw you guys were recording, so I'm a part of this now.
All right, everybody, welcome Tyler, the guy I don't know.
Yo, what's up?
I'm just gonna call you Tyler. Is that okay?
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, we got a guest today.
consider that a third pseudonym, I guess. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, buddy. Not a lot of content to cover today, but I want to start off like I usually do by asking everybody how their week has been. And well, you'll notice that there's no Discord capture on this episode. It's just the background design for it because I don't have anything to fill that in with off the top of my head. I may put something in post. So if it's not just that, then there you go. But CJ's home.
Yep, I made
CJ's home.
School's
And,
over for all of us.
They left their window open.
And
Yeah.
he apparently never left.
I've been actually living here for the last month. I don't know how you haven't noticed.
That's my thing. This isn't my house either. I'm also just living here.
When multiple people are living in the same house, but none of them own it.
Right. At least I'm paying rent, dude.
Rent is overrated.
Fair enough. CJ, how's it feel to be back?
Less allergies, I'll say that right off the bat. But
Really?
I mean, other than that, nice. I did enjoy living on my own, just having the peace and quiet. Didn't enjoy not having anyone else around, and peace and quiet being the only thing between me and insanity.
Right. Absolutely.
But yeah, it's nice to be back. Nice to be around others
Others. I don't really care who, just people.
at this point.
Just to
man.
confirm that they're
At
actually
this
still
point.
existing, that there are other people in the world.
I would take walks on campus just to remind myself I'm not the only one at the school.
I'm not the only student.
No. How about you, Tyler? I haven't actually caught up with you in a bit.
I've been doing all right. For reasons I've basically had my entire house to myself for a while now, like for most of the day, and that's going to continue for a couple more weeks here. So
Right. You're planning a little party at the end of the month.
yes, one that I apparently timed really horribly for you. Sorry about that.
For me, yeah, no, it's okay. I was in the middle of starting a new job, and like the schedule came out. I don't actually know if I'm going to be scheduled on that exact day, but the way the pattern is for my work schedule, I probably will be. But that's okay. Everybody listening to the podcast can fill in. Just go to 1 2 3 go 4 go fuck yourself lane, and you can find them there.
I'll have to bleep that out.
Nah.
Join the party.
I don't censor stuff. This is the 3rd minute. I don't have to. The way YouTube works, you only have to censor the 1st minute because that's only as far as the algorithm looks.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only as far as the algorithm scans. If you just keep it clean for the 1st minute, which I didn't because I yelled at you, I will have to bleep that one out.
This is genius.
It is. They're like, is this clean content? And they just scan the 1st minute, and if they don't hear anything, they don't demonetize it, and the
Gucci.
rest is fine.
Works fine for 45-second, videos.
Yeah.
'Cause that's all you find out there, right?
Right. No, yeah, there is only I've only ever seen 60-second episode Let's Plays of Resident Evil 8 so far, which just came out. I've been watching Markiplier play that one, and I gotta say, I'm not impressed so far. It's just like, and it even acknowledges it in itself that it's the same character from Resident Evil 7. The story is continued, and he's just like, why does this keep happening? Like, he acknowledges that it's basically just same shit.
Why do
different
people
country.
keep trying to make bioweapons? It never ends well.
But this one isn't even that. It's just like werewolves and vampires. It's basically Twilight, the Resident Evil game.
Oh gosh. That's
Well, probably still a better love story than Twilight.
I don't know if you guys have seen any of these memes going around, but Lady Dimitrescu, the really tall vampire lady, that meme. Maybe I'm gonna Google it and show you guys a picture. Resident Evil Village Lady
I sort of any porn shows up.
Dimitrescu. No, I don't care about the daughters. I just want Lady Dimitrescu.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, so just really tall vampire lady. And that's the appeal of the game.
That she's tall.
That the entire joke is step on me.
Oh god.
But yeah, so that's Resident Evil 8 for you. How the mighty have fallen.
I haven't really looked into the game at all.
It's $80.
What the heck's up with the gaming community nowadays? We keep getting crap games. Cyberpunk's at 2077, bug filled. Let's see. Halo Infinite keeps getting pushed back, which as long as it comes out all right, I'm fine with that. Resident Evil 8, which now has that's again the main appeal of the game, and it's all like $60 to $80 for
Right,
these things.
and even the PS5 is talking about how their base prices are going to go up from like $60 up to like $75 for like a main launch game, like Demon Souls.
To be fair though, I've heard that like the $60 price tag has been like almost unmaintainable. Like how honestly speaking, it should have gone up ages ago to like 70 or something.
Fair
The
enough.
problem is income doesn't really match that yet. Plus,
No.
That's
they're
like the
competing
that's like
against
the main
PC
reason they
games.
stalled on raising it for so long. But now like game development is getting so expensive, especially for like AAA stuff, that they have to raise it to make a
Right,
profit.
it's like how consoles have always been a little bit more expensive. Building a PC though is obviously more expensive than that.
right, but that'll
but,
last
like,
you longer
Yeah,
than any console will.
honestly, lately I've mostly been getting like indie games or like more almost like retro games. Like recently I got the No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2 on Switch. They were old Wii games that got ported, and honestly, some of my favorite games of all time. Those games are great.
I'll have to take a look at those. Yeah. Speaking of the Switch and Nintendo Switch games, let's transition right into this first article I have for us today. About new Pokemon Snap. New Pokemon Snap is something that... Oh, the Discord capture is still there. Okay, you guys get to watch me live turn off the Discord capture. Boom. Beautiful. But instead you just saw a picture of Matthew McConaughey. You just see Matthew McConaughey instead.
Because why not, I suppose.
New Pokemon Snap. I love this game. I'm a photography guy. I love Pokemon. High rendered, like Safari style picture taking games like this are something I love. I loved the GameCube one. I love this one. And this article just talks about how the meme community has taken your boy Wurmple here and turned him into a bunch of different memes just because he looks dead inside. Like they captured a still frame of him rolling over and on his back, and they just turned it into a bunch of memes. And I just want to go over some of the memes. I can't play this one because it's copyright music, I assume. So, but like he's just vibing here. Like, here are some of the best jokes showing Wurmple having an existential crisis. And I already love Wurmple. Like, I'm gonna throw up an image, something that we tried to talk about in the last version. My favorite Pokemon type chart. And my favorite bug type is Wurmple. Wurmple is amazing. I love Wurmple. And now that he's having an existential
I'm
crisis,
starting to worry about us letting have a monologue about Wurmple.
I can
It's gonna
relate to
reflect
him in
badly
ways
on all
that
of
I
us.
that I couldn't before.
I've literally never even played a Pokemon game before. I don't know what Wurmple is.
Wurmple is this boy.
Huh.
He can turn into a butterfly or
Neat.
maybe something else that I don't remember. A moth.
Are butterflies and moths basically the same thing?
Okay.
not.
So I actually first this just came to mind, so I'm gonna jump back and rant about this for a second. Polygon, where did our ads go? There seems to be something different about this page. Ads help support the work that we love making. Consider whitelisting us. How to whitelist us? Here's the thing. I don't have them whitelisted. I'm still seeing ads. I have an ad block. I'm still seeing ads on this page. I do not have them whitelisted. So what the fuck are they complaining about?
It's a citation machine all over again.
Oh my god,
Gosh,
yeah.
no.
I just used the approved one from Purdue L.
Mm.
Doesn't that one still have like a million ads on it though?
Sure. Like occasionally it'll be like view an ad every 48 hours to get unlimited access for free. And it's like, okay, I used this yesterday, but cool.
See, this is why I just make them by hand or
I
keyboard.
can't. I don't like that.
It's
Honestly,
so
the
easy.
citation machine from Purdue Owl does a bang up job of getting them right.
Oh yeah, no, it works. You just have to go through a lot of ads to make it work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's another article talking about Resident Evil 8. Ethan Winters' poor hands are the laughingstock of the internet. In Resident Evil 7, his hand gets sawed off. In this one, these two, like the two the pinky and the ring finger of his left hand get bit off by a werewolf immediately. So his hands just have, and it's because it's a first-person perspective game, which you haven't had before Resident Evil 7. But like still, so you gotta have like that horror element. But the best way they know how to do that is using the hands. So his hand gets bit off, and his hand gets sawed off. Oh boy. But yeah, so here's oh, this is gonna take me to Twitter, I guess. But like
Nice.
Wurmple. Like I can relate to this man. It's not a man, but I can relate
I'm
to
not
him.
even sure it's male.
It might not be. You can never really tell. Here's
Goodbye,
Wurmple
gender.
having flashbacks.
Oh God.
Alright, that's something I can relate to.
Right, but
But
is that why your hair has Agent Orange in it right now? Did you just come from Nam? Did you just come from 1962 Vietnam?
yeah, where do you think I broke in here from?
What? This is America.
Are you sure about that?
Quite.
Yeah, unfortunately, I am.
How do you know we're not in Vietnam right now?
Because I can still smell Biden smelling children.
What?
Have you not seen? Okay, no. Okay, listen. I didn't want Trump in office. Biden is a lesser evil. Settle for Biden. But have you not seen his tendency to like just sniff people?
No.
Sniff people.
I'll admit, I've
Just
pretty
like,
much deliberately stayed entirely out of the political loop for a while now, so I don't know jack
like
shit about
there's
Biden.
undoctored footage of him, like from years back when he was the VP for
Obama.
Obama. Yeah, and he's just like he's got his hands on this girl's shoulder. He's behind him, and he's like leaning in, and he's like taking. It looks like he's sniffing. Like his nose is in her hair.
See, this
Our
is why
world
we should
leaders,
make me
folks. Our world leaders, from
Like-
VP to president.
Truly the lesser evil. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause the recording real quick.
So.
Hey, we're back. I ate, and now we're talking about voluptuous, thick vampire ladies.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Of course.
Anyways, I'm feeling better now. I don't have to devolve into madness as much as I was before with the Wurmple thing. But this is just it.
Okay, for a second I thought that said penis.
Sausage.
Okay,
Oh,
why
gosh.
why do I keep misreading or mishearing things? It's just the dumbest. Like one time, I was listening to a song with a friend, and the song was going "Spend his income on my outfit." What I heard was "shit and cum on my outfit."
Every day I wake up.
Shit and cum on my outfit.
Shut up!
I think that was a good sequitur into that.
Was it?
Yes,
I don't.
I said it was, so it is.
Look at this dude. I think that's a good animation.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Oh, they made an OG icon for it. Oh my god, Persona! Wurmple's in Persona!
Okay, I think it's time for the next article before this gets any.
No, look, Wurmple's hanging out with Nabstablook.
Yeah, it is time for the next article.
Okay, that's all I have.
Thank goodness.
So what do you guys think about Wurmple?
It's pathetic.
The Pokemon.
Correct, Tyler. It is a Pokemon. Don't look at me like that.
And judging by the way it looks, there is a 40% chance that might be a bug type.
A 40% chance. Wow. Okay. Since now that I'm done yelling at you about Wurmple, let me yell at you about being on vacation.
Especially during the pandemic. But I digress.
This isn't about that.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, I'm just gonna sit here and act like I totally didn't go on vacation during the pandemic.
This isn't about going on vacation during the pandemic. This is about what you choose to do when you visit tropical islands
Oh no.
or like the coast.
Or take a selfie with a bear.
The price you pay for your yeah. See, this is a bear.
Quite clearly.
It's biting his hand. It's mauling him. This is a horrifying. I'll have to censor this. I'll put something over it.
To be fair, if a sea turtle was mauling me, I'd be pretty terrified.
I think the turtle's the one at the lower end of this pain index. He's clearly barely got a grip.
No, I'm pretty sure he's very viciously killing this man.
Eh,
Obviously. Never underestimate the turtles. Have you never seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, TJ?
He clearly this man
Turtles are
came
scary.
unprepared. I do not see any like 6-pack plastic rings on him, so he's doomed from the get-go. He doesn't have any straws.
Plastic
Anyways,
bags either.
this is talking about the unregulated feeding of ocean wildlife by tour operators. So if you know what I'm talking about, like those tours where you go out and you like swim with animals. Like I remember there was like a dolphin rescue habitat that I went to. Like we didn't feed them there, but we did interact with them, and it's kind of like that kind of thing. Like how these private companies take you out to like preserved areas where these animals live, and you get to feed them, and how that changes everything about the way they live and how that can be harmful. If you don't feed them, they won't come close enough for you to see them and photograph them. See, but do we need them to? Do we need them to? I don't think we need to. I don't think you need to be up in the face of a sea turtle or a dolphin or a whale shark.
Why are we trying to get them to come to us? Let's just chase them down.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, no.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying chasing down sea animals so we can observe them.
Are you a scientist
Yes, I am. I am a marine biologist.
who served in the Vietnam War?
Yeah,
All right.
that's actually where I got my PhD.
Right, okay.
Those who don't take care of them find themselves getting bitten by the aquatic animals. They may mistake human toes and fingers for another snack. Hence this image.
Are we sure they aren't just angry?
They're probably angry, but they're used to eating when people are around now, and so they don't care what it is they're eating. They just think they need to be eating at that point. They eat now on a schedule instead of just scavenging. And turtles don't grow like by eating on a schedule. They eat by scavenging, eating what they can, and that's how they grow larger. So you see a small turtle, that thing's not eating. You see a big turtle, that thing's obviously eating. But if they just eat on a schedule, then their bodies just flatline. Like they don't grow, they don't develop, they just stay the same.
Is there anything humanity does that doesn't fuck over sea turtles?
No!
Like, it feels like every other thing humanity has ever done screws over sea turtles more than anything else.
More than any other animal either.
Free meals with a covert price tag. When grown-ups have imaginary friends.
Okay, anyway.
It's no surprise that the wildlife tourism industry has time and time again turned to provisioning wildlife. If you don't know what provisioning is, and the best way I can explain it, it's by feeding them, like breaking up their meals, like
Providing supplies,
preventing them
food.
from like eating until like a tour comes by.
Sending a carrier package if they have enough kills.
Yeah, you get a nuclear strike after like you get like a 20 kill streak, I think.
Something like that.
Which
Yeah.
also screws over the sea turtles.
It does.
But it's the sea turtles screwing themselves over in this case, so I'm okay with it.
Right.
Anyway.
It's like they don't respond well to radiation, and then what you notice all of a sudden.
Yeah, what responds to all the radiation?
Right.
I mean,
And then you
it's
look.
radiation.
Then you look in the sewer and you see a rat teaching one of these irradiated turtles how to use a sword.
Next thing you know, you're on the wrong end of that sword, and you're just wondering, where did my life go wrong?
Like you just thought taking that job with the Foot Clan with Mr. Shredder would be a good opportunity for your career, and then all of a
And now
sudden,
you lost your home, and you just have to break into random people's homes and join podcasts to make money.
And now it's more of an autobiography. Anyway,
Suddenly, a very independent and solitary animal is in close contact with everybody else, which means it's easier for them to get infected with parasites or viruses. So maybe this is about the pandemic. Stop giving sea turtles coronavirus.
I think I see a bit further down. Humans have a strong urge to feed wild animals. In
We
their
do.
environment.
We do.
Sometimes. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have like the "Don't feed the pigeon" sign or the "Don't feed the animals at the zoo" sign.
Where have you ever seen a "Don't feed the pigeon" sign?
New York.
Okay, but outside of New York.
New York. Where else are there pigeons?
Maybe Chicago.
Do pigeons
Maybe
exist
I think
outside of
in
New York?
Chicago.
Good question.
I'm pretty sure that New York is the pigeon district because they need more drones.
anyway,
But yeah, no, in all seriousness, and I know this is especially an issue with aquatic wildlife when it comes to manatees. Manatees,
Right.
Oh, I love man.
Those guys just got off the endangered species list like a few
India.
years back, I think.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's awesome. I like manatees. They're such good boys, but they're treated like pets, like toys for the community because they look so adorable and derpy.
Mhm.
It's like they look like a plushie swimming through the ocean.
go back to that one picture real quick.
They're obviously taking a picture of the whale shark.
Right.
My big issue when it comes to larger animals like that isn't even, what if it eats you? Because obviously the whale shark, that's not as
It's not
huge of
going
a
to eat
concern.
it.
Right. My issue is when it comes to the tail. Especially, maybe not even so much for whale sharks, but when it comes to whales particularly, that's a lot of force.
Right.
And when you get hit in the water, it could jar equipment, which if you're scuba diving can be fatal.
Mhm.
It'll disorient you. So if that equipment is, jarred away, you have an extra stressor and limiter on how long you'll survive without, repairing it.
Right, but this isn't about the people. We don't care about the people. You can die. You made the choice to go down there. I'm worried about the animals.
I think the bragging rights are worth the risk.
Have you decided on a Pokemon pseudonym for your girlfriend?
Not yet.
Because I call mine Drowsy because she's narcoleptic. And you need to decide on one
Yeah.
because I want to bring her up right now and I don't know how
That's
to
too
do that
bad.
properly. Well, I'm taking the side of CJ's girlfriend by saying I care more about the animals than the people.
No, I do as well. It's just again an instance of stupidity where if
Right.
people were to be cognizant about that, they would be mindful of other
How
issues.
do you hand feed a whale shark?
I don't know.
Hand
Simple.
feeding this
By
very
having
endangered
balls of
species
steel
shrimp is essential
and
to
no
the operation.
self-preservation.
Well, they're not gonna hurt you. They might break your wrist.
Well, I
if
mean,
they
that
move
Right.
wrong.
well, they
but
might
plus-
accidentally bite you if you're hand feeding
They
them.
don't have teeth.
Oh,
Plus, I feel like
No, they have
Yeah.
filters. Like they suck in
Oh.
they suck in water and then filter out like all the
Mhm.
plankton and eat that. They eat so much plankton, but
Oh,
no,
yeah.
they don't have teeth.
which is another
Huh,
point
I learned
with
something new today.
hand feeding a whale shark. I don't feel like that'd be a significant amount to lure it anywhere.
No, but like over the course of a day though, like how many tours they do,
Oh,
bringing in profit.
Yeah, I can
Like
see
that.
that.
Brings up like the eating on a schedule. Although whale sharks have been spotted in the region, they didn't historically gather near the village's coast until 2011. Local fishermen may have used shrimp to hunt these underwater giants to lure these underwater giants away from baits used on their fishing lines, which could have inspired tour operators to use similar tactics beginning around that year to attract the gentle filter feeders for visitors' enjoyment. So now they come out of their environment and they're in this habitat that they're not used to. Like their bodies aren't adjusted to, but they're coming there because it's a reliable place to get food. But at the same time, it messes up how they eat, what they eat, how consistently they eat. Yeah. So the local government even created the interaction site, which is ridiculous. You know, you understand when it's like a private company, but then the government gets involved and like approves it, and you're like, what? Like I get like developing countries like this like need the tourism in order to like sustain their economy.
Well, there's a balance,
Right.
But this is clear. This is there are also Greenpeace or what have you, other environmental organizations, both international and domestic,
Mhm.
that government's basically saying it's not going to listen to whatsoever because of the relevance of the tourism industry, and that's taking a side. And government is typically supposed to be impartial when it comes to stuff like that.
Following international laws for tools.
Okay. No, but like there are also limits on how many people can interact with a single whale shark and how close they can get to it. Touching or riding these animals is prohibited, and a visitor's time in the interaction area is limited to 30 minutes, while a sea warden keeps watch. A sea warden, it's very cool of Poseidon himself to volunteer to do this. I think that's awesome. But between 2012 and 2018, this provisioning site lured over 400 whale sharks, and tourist numbers spiked to over 500,000 from 98,000, generating millions of dollars in yearly revenue. I mean, who needs to go whaling when you can just get people to look at the whales?
I will say that's a nice, change in reducing whaling.
Well, sure, but also, researchers at the Philippines Large Marine Vertebrate Research Institute found scars on 144 of 152 whale sharks they photographed over a 3-year period near Tanawan, the village, possibly from contact with ropes, small boats, or propellers. They found some whale sharks spending 6 times longer in the warm surface waters and performing deeper dives towards the end of the feeding session, possibly to cool down, a behavior that could affect their long-term fitness because they're meant to be in colder waters. Whale sharks are not designed for warmer climates.
Tropical, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I see the following paragraph. Despite the many rules, the researchers observed poor compliance with many tourists who moved too close to the whale sharks. Some even touched the animals. Being again, right, sea warden sounds like you said very powerful, very professional. But yeah, no.
Poke. Hey,
Right.
This is why, if you want to get people to follow the rules of this kind of thing, give the sea warden the authority to harpoon anyone who breaks the rules.
Give him a taser that can just poke into the water and just
In the
shut
water?
the whole thing down.
Yeah.
Operation's over.
No, the big problem there being, even if the sea warden is doing their job, what if the tourist realizes they're 25 minutes into the 30-minute dive and they're like, all right, I'm grabbing on, and, rides it for the last 5 minutes. They can't ever go back, but it's an experience. They weren't likely to because of the
Right.
cost.
Regulated feeding that's unlikely to stop.
Beaching, that's such the risk of beaching.
Yeah, that's how you kill a dolphin. That's how you kill whales. That's how you kill
Uh-huh.
me. I got beached once. At Monkey Mia in Western Australia's Shark Bay, the state's Park and Wildlife Services staff used another regulatory approach to limit the provisioning of Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphins. Tourists are only allowed to feed 2 to 5 identified females. Okay, that makes it better. If you can only feed 2 to 5, because they're definitely counting. Of the area's thousands, yeah, they're definitely counting. The bay's managers track. What do you do for a living? I am the manager of bottlenose dolphins.
I count dolphins.
I count dolphins.
I say that there's a dolphin. One.
One.
That's another dolphin. Two.
Oh, is that the same dolphin?
Shoot, now we got
We
started.
gotta start over.
Oh my
Ah,
goodness.
fuck it, 3.
Meh. Provisioning looked very different in Monkey Mia in the 1960s. Hey, that's where you're from. When fishermen tossed unwanted catch or bait along shorelines. Into the 1980s, authorities did not regulate feeding by tourists near the shore or from boats. People touched the dolphins, fed them multiple times during the day, and there were no limits on how much fish they were given. In some ways, it was fun for people, because where else could you go and frolic around the water with dolphins and get them to play with you, said Dr. Mann. Dr. Mann. Although the regulations were put in place in 1989, the 1994 deaths of 3 calves resulted in new rules in 1995 that are still in effect today.
I really hope that was it happened in December, changed rules in January rather than a year-long process to...
Yo, we gotta pass this through the Senate. The U.S. Senate.
Oh no.
We gotta pass this through the U.S. Senate to pass these laws where the dolphins live. Yeah. Ugh. But yeah, no, definitely, there's probably no good way to stop what's already been ingrained into, like, the tourism industry, like, without, like, direct government intervention.
And
But,
that's
like, the
not gonna
government,
happen while
obviously
it's
the
profit.
government's not doing anything, because they want the tourism.
Right, because it makes it a major industry, especially in the, third world countries, second world nations.
Unlike the Australian dolphin site, many more locations have unregulated feeding. At some of them, government agencies and conservation organizations have worked together to halt provisioning. Okay, so it depends on the government. I guess that makes sense. At Laganaz, I don't know how to pronounce that. I shouldn't say it like that.
Laganus.
It makes me think of like a lagoon. Laganaz Bay off of Greece's Zakynthos.
Zakynthos. Yeah.
Zakynthos.
Zakynthos.
Love the Greek language. Anyway.
I love their economy. It's been great.
Oh, let's not talk about that one.
Local tour boat operators toss tomatoes, oranges, and other fruits and vegetables into the sparkling blue water to entice loggerhead turtles. Tourists waited for the turtles to come to the surface and then took photos and touched them. In the harbor, some fishermen also provisioned these primarily carnivorous turtles.
That's loggerheads definitely are
But do they
predatory
eat?
creatures.
Do they eat fish? Because that depends. Do you count like fish as like meat or its
Yeah.
own category?
Typically you would look at it as breaking down fish being meat in that
Right,
circumstance.
but that also brings up the fact that raw honey is a raw meat according to the FDA.
Well, obviously, it's just how life
Okay,
works.
we're not going to talk about the FDA, Federal Department of Agriculture, or Federal Drug
Also,
Administration.
fish is a type of meat. Like, there are different
A
types.
green
of
turtle's
meat.
view of feed. Who put a GoPro on the turtle? Who put a GoPro on the turtle?
Someone who really wanted to know what life was like as a turtle.
This child up here.
Not gonna lie, this is not as interesting as I thought it would be. I want
Yeah.
my money back.
Too bad. Just grab onto the turtle and ride it for the last 5 minutes. Like, be here. We're gonna you. Anyway,
Hey, it's not a bad idea.
back to the Bahamas, Dr. O'Shea and Beast Molders. Beast Molders, a marine ecology graduate student at the University of. Anyways,
No, I
in the
can't help with that
Netherlands,
one.
observes the provisioned green turtles were also aggressive towards each other when competing for food.
Mhm.
Obviously,
Right. Because now not only have they been introduced to a steady source of food, but it's also a limited source of steady food,
right.
and they want more of it. It's, it'd be similar if there were
Straight up thought that said Dr. Obama. I look for my eye.
do squish bugs or just
Hello, ant. Yeah, there's an ant on the wall, guys. He's another guest on the podcast. He's dead now. Shortest guest appearance so far.
Yeah, we
Had
didn't
one.
like him very much. That can kind of suck.
Among Us? Is that the imposter from Among Us?
There's
Oh my
another
god.
ant.
Is that the imposter from Among Us?
Oh.
Anyways,
I regret bringing that up now.
Yeah, you should. What do we think about turtles?
I like turtles.
We definitely like turtles.
I like
but
turtles.
I said
You
the same
remember that
thing.
meme?
I said the same thing with octopi with the episode about octopus attacking the man on the coast. Be knowledgeable about the animals in your in the environment you're touring. Know what's a carnivore, what will attack you, what won't.
Mhm.
What effect you might have on the animal.
Sure.
Because you get green sea turtles, in that circumstance became aggressive, but typically they're more laid back or gentle creatures.
Right.
You turn around and
And you get, the loggerhead is not exactly your friend. Anyone, who's encountered a snapping turtle knows not every turtle's, friendly towards people.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
I rarely feel that much sympathy for people who die via animal attacks.
I like turtles. None of us can hear this because it's playing through my headset.
I like turtles.
He made me think of that.
anyway,
Yeah, no.
yeah, no. Typically with animal attacks, it's hard to blame the creature itself if the person wandered into.
I remember one where I heard about a guy who was trying to get like a better picture with a bear, and he got too close to the bear, and as a result got mauled.
Yeah.
And he got mauled before he could even take the picture, so he didn't even get the picture he was trying for.
One of those, perfect pictures taken at the perfect moment in time to guidance the bears.
Oh my god, there's a Twitter feed for that.
Oh,
Twitter feed for that. Hold on, I'm gonna pull that up now.
Just says, it had the bears.
I just in a bear like.
Oh my goodness. I mean, my full sympathy to the person in terms of I'm sorry you got attacked, but at the same time, be cognizant about the animals.
Like,
You have nobody to blame for that but yourself.
Exactly.
Must be where's the Twitter thread? People, is this there was a Twitter thread for this. I just gotta find the thread.
Try Control F.
But it's images that precede unfortunate events.
Oh, no.
I don't know who that is. Sorry, I'm trying to find it.
Like a bottle of milk next to what is that next to him?
What? Where are you getting a bottle of milk?
Okay, 1 second.
That's his
Sorry,
sweatshirt.
from the angle I'm looking at the screen.
We need to get you out of the
conversation is
sun.
off.
Are you okay?
I think it's just the sun coming through the window. It's starting to get
A
chilly.
lot of it is the angle that I'm looking at. I can't really
Or did
read
you just
anything on
inhale
the
some of that
screen.
Agent Orange?
Okay, also might be a little bit of that, but mostly the angle and a little bit of sun.
Come on. Where is it?
Next one we need to see is man takes picture running with the wolves.
Images that precede unfortunate events. Where are you? Oh, here we go. I found it.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right. Here's the Twitter. Images that precede unfortunate events. I'm not gonna get a lot of these personally, but like some of these are really good. Oh, this is from Resident Evil 8. Moments before something goes horribly, horribly wrong. Obviously, Live Leak. Basically, Live Leak is responsible for a lot of like posts that don't get censored, so you get to watch people die in real time on Live Leak.
So basically, it's dark web streaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I'm not cultured enough to understand most of these.
No, I don't
I
get
don't
it.
know if you've seen this meme.
No.
It's like when the imposter is sus. It's like when the imposter is
Oh no.
that's this guy right before he made that face. Oh no! No! 3D cards. That's a really scary game, actually. I think it's just straight up called Faith, and it's like a horror game. But yeah. So these are good. Hi, Raven. Raven, are you gotta be
That
kidding
picked
me?
up.
And I usually only find these kind of things funny when there's like something like
Oh, no.
obviously terrible going on in the background that's just about to hit the guy. in the
Right, and
front.
it has to be. There's some of those like this.
Oh, yeah.
This is right before Daft Punk came back after their album in 2013 and said, "Oh yeah, we're not a band anymore."
Oh, they broke up?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Who are they?
Images that precede unfortunate events.
That one I get.
Oh no! I don't know if you guys watch The Office.
I've seen
No.
that clip.
Yeah, I know he just drops a huge pot of chili all over the. Oh no! The original trailer for Smash Bros. The first Smash Bros. Game.
Uh,
Gosh.
Like I don't know why, but that's making me think of that one with like Czech like
Robin
ketchup
Hood.
commercial for like Heinz ketchup.
Oh yeah. Robin Hood.
Oh,
Oops.
I don't know like any of the specifics about the Robin Hood situation. All I know is that there's like an entire community on Reddit dedicated to hating Robin Hood now.
Right.
Alex, we're getting to like the last 10 minutes. We want to go to the last article.
Oh yeah. I suppose.
We had another article, didn't we?
I'm wasting
And it's
time.
the one that you accidentally showed multiple times.
Only like once. Come on.
Only twice.
Shut up. All right. So you may remember when I cut to the display and you saw Matthew McConaughey. Well, here he is again. You're welcome. This is Matthew McConaughey. In case you needed to know that. Famous actor Matthew McConaughey.
Gotcha.
Considered running for governor of Texas.
Oh, I did hear about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a low bar.
It's a low bar for sure, but here, okay, if you've ever been if you're an A-list actor, you're not going to be an A-list politician. All right, stay out of politics. We saw Arnold Schwarzenegger running
I mean,
California.
Cruz made it.
Right, Cruz. Was he an actor? Ted Cruz?
I don't think so, but I mean, he obviously made it to a high-ranking governing position, and then he bailed on his stay when they started, dying. So,
Kinky Friedman.
Vote BSM for Texas today.
Kinky Friedman. Tyler and I were discussing this before the podcast. Kinky Friedman is Richard Samet. Kinky Friedman is an American singer, songwriter, novelist, humorist, politician, and former columnist for Texas Monthly who styles himself in the mold of popular American satirists Will Rogers and Mark Twain. And that's all you need to know about Kinky Friedman. The musician whose candidacy in 2006 helped blow up the Democratic vote and gave us Rick Perry as governor for 14 years. Did you not understand that being governor of the second largest state involved a lot more than... Never mind. How do you say that? What is that word?
Cogitating.
Let's learn. I don't know the definition of that word. Let's
I
learn a
don't know
word
that.
together. Guys, we're learning a word.
What word?
Think deeply about something, meditate or reflect.
Yeah,
Oh,
cogitate.
Yeah, that's something that that
metacognitive, yeah.
yeah, that Mr. McConaughey is famous for. He's like the take it easy, all right, kind of guy, you know? That's his motif. Which is not the way you take political
No.
office or lead a state. Davy Crockett, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jesse Ventura, Ronald Reagan, and of course Donald Trump, the 45th president, who they don't even mention by name. They don't need to at this
Not
point.
at this
You
point.
think 45 and you're like, oh no. But in a state as dazed and confused as Texas, we don't need David Wooderson, one of his roles, sitting in the state house telling us everything is going to be all right. Or do we? Our previous and current governor, Mr. Perry, and his successor, Greg Abbott, have done nothing while claiming just that. Maybe Mr. McConaughey could do better. It isn't news to anyone that many Texans abhor government interference. Mr. Perry seems to think that extends to keeping warm when temperatures drop to record lows. After a cataclysmic storm knocked out the state's power grid in February, he said Texans would be without electricity for longer than 3 days to keep the federal government out of their business. A sentiment probably not shared by the friends and families of the 111 people or more who died of hypothermia and other storm-related causes.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine deciding that you don't want the government of the country under which you work to interfere with, I don't know, saving your citizens because you're a Texan and by gone, you're American, but not through the American government.
The Lone Star Republic worked a lot better back in the 1800s than it does now. Because in the 1800s, globalization wasn't a thing. World wars weren't an idea necessarily. There were world wars that occurred, but not to the scale that we're familiar with them.
Right.
The big thing being, again, with having an independent electrical grid, not prepared for weather catastrophes. What I find is the most strange is that we up here in Indiana have had worse storms than what they face in Texas. But it was lethal for them just because, again, not being prepared for.
It was a me that this need. I started reconsidering my attitude towards a possible Governor Bongo. If you are uninformed, CJ.
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
Mr. McConaughey was once arrested in his home in Austin, stoned and naked, for an exuberant session of bongo drumming in the wee hours.
Vote him for president of the world.
Yes, I want him leading the UN, because at least he wouldn't do anything.
I agree, it would have to be between him and Kanye West.
Oh, yeah. It's either the bipolar guy or Governor Bongo.
Governor Bongo has a good ring to it, I'll give him that.
Yeah. Bongo, 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 I don't want to govern the Congos. Yeah. Yeah, thinking that things couldn't possibly get any worse is never a great way to choose a candidate, but I don't seem to be alone in thinking that a man who has played a lawyer in the movies might be better for Texas than the lawyers who played at being leaders in the Capitol. An April poll from the Dallas Morning News and the University of Texas at Tyler revealed... At Tyler? Did you do this? Is this your article?
Oh, yeah.
Don't be shy. Why didn't you say something?
Well, I mean, most people by now know that I write basically every article ever.
Right. You are the New York Times.
Exactly.
So I'm basically already giving you, like, there's a running gag, the Give Tyler $7 Foundation. So basically, when I was gifted a year's subscription to the New York Times, you got a lot more than $7 out of that.
Well, I got multiple donations of $7 from you.
Fair enough. No, from my great aunt, who got me the subscription as a birthday present, but okay. Revealed that Mr. McConaughey
But you got
was
a subscription to the New York Times as a birthday present?
Well, I'm a journalist.
Have you
major.
met
I
him?
like reading.
Oh,
This is
okay.
that kind of thing.
Okay, that's fair.
45% to 33%, with 22% opting for someone else. McConaughey would win by as much as 12%.
I mean, given what we know about competition, I'm not surprised at all.
Right.
He's not competing with Ted Cruz. Just to clarify, I don't know if you were confused.
But the other guy, at least from what this article said, might be worse than Ted.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, I don't really know anything about Ted Cruz.
Ted
so.
Cruz. So during the winter storm, they
Zodiac
killed
killer?
111 people. No. Oh gosh. What?
What? The Zodiac Killer? Kevin from The Office? The guy dropping the chili? That's him. That's Ted Cruz, right?
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
Anyway.
No, those are memes. I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
No, during the big winter storm in Texas, they killed a bunch of people. As the storm was, killing the power of the city, Ted Cruz took a vacation to Cancun, Mexico. He got photographed on the jet, It went around the media, and he was torn apart. And so he then did the logical thing and blamed it on his children.
Wait, he blamed.
He said
Hold
the
on.
trip was his daughter's idea, and that he was just trying to be a good parent.
Have you seen this guy lately? He does not look okay. He does not look okay.
Okay. He looks like one of those like conspiracy theorist YouTubers, you know what I mean? Like,
Number
like who
15.
get way too deep into their conspiracy. Like, yeah, it looks like that.
I feel like he could have been the number 15 Burger King foot lettuce guy.
Like,
Have you not seen that?
No.
Oh,
Good look
basically,
who you're talking to.
an anonymous 4chan user submitted a photo of a Burger King employee standing bare feet in a tub of lettuce with the caption, "This is the lettuce that you get on your Burger King burgers." In that voice, in a
Oh,
voice like
gosh.
that, yeah. Okay. Last thoughts about Ted Cruz, Matthew McConaughey, Kinky Friedman, Turtles, all in the same category, of course.
Our government is just not doing
I mean, end of the line, everything would be so much better if we gave all the power and authority to me. If I was just in charge of everything, the world would be a better place. It's just though in the prophecy I wrote about myself.
it.
Wurmple 2024.